First off, I want to start with the controversy with the Sterling Jan fight. This was the first title fight on the card, and Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling. I don't want to give my opinion first because I think anyone that listens to this is going to say that I'm stupid. So let's see what you think about it first. And he throws the knee. Jermaine's knee is clearly down. They stop the fight, and now Sterling is the new champion.
So I don't really like how they're throwing out intentional illegal knee. Yeah, he intentionally threw the knee and it was legal, but I don't think he threw it intentionally thinking it was legal. If you look at him in the background while Aljamain was rolling around on the canvas, he was doing this thing. He was going like he had his hands up, and I listened to an interview later where he's like he was so focused on his hand placement on the mat from what the ref had told him in the back. He knew the knee needs to be up also, but he was sitting focusing on the hands, and when both hands were up, then he threw the knee.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think it's one of those things, like you're anticipating movement and action. So as he let pressure up off the head, when I rewatched it, it looked like he's letting pressure up off the head, expecting
You expect
Sterling
him
to
to bring
come up.
that knee and time it perfect.
Yeah, and he just didn't come up. And I think part of the reason he didn't come up is one, he wasn't doing great. He was getting tired. He was getting broken a little bit, and so I don't think his reaction was what Jan expected it to be. So he threw the knee, anticipating him to come up, and it landed with him squarely on the ground. So that was kind of my view. So how do you feel about Mr. Sterling's reaction to the knee?
So I have to look at it from an out of shape dad on a couch, and this guy's in a championship fight. I would hope to think that somebody wouldn't do what I would do and look for an easy out. I mean, I would do that. Like, nah, man, this fight, I thought I was going to dominate him. It's been a lot harder than I thought, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to bounce out of this fight because I was given an opportunity. I hope he wouldn't do that. The knee landed flush on like the temple, if you look at it. So I can't assume. I know there's a lot of other fighters that are posting and they're saying that he deserves an Emmy for the acting job that he did. But I don't feel comfortable saying that he was faking because I didn't get kneed in the head. So I don't know.
I did knee you in the face that one time when it swelled up your eyeball. That was cool.
Yeah, we were not supposed to knee to the face, and you kneed me in the face, which immediately closed my eyes with a giant hematoma.
Well,
And
shouldn't
then
have
you
had your
laughed
face
about it.
by my knee.
or you shouldn't throw knees against your brother when he's shooting a simple double.
Okay, that's fair.
On a trampoline. This wasn't in like some MMA class where we're doing some hard sparring. It was on a trampoline.
Hey, strike first, no mercy.
I've never had my eye closed that fast. To go from vision to no vision instantly is pretty, like, I could watch the eye grow closed over my eye until everything went black.
What's the Cobra Kai? The three things: no, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Is that it? Strike first.
I don't know if it's right. It sounds right.
Sounds good. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, if I had a gym, that would be my motto.
Okay, cool.
Mine would be go to touch gloves, throw a straight right, no mercy.
Okay. So here's my problem. I would argue that it was not good acting, and that's why everybody knew that he's faking. Now, I know any reputable person is. I haven't listened to any shows because they're going to come out on Monday for the most part, or I mean my Tuesday, which is your Monday. And I'm sure they're going to say, "Oh, a competitor of this level would never do that. That's nonsense to say that he would quit." Blah 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 blah.
Well, did you see that
And
Aljamain put a statement out saying that?
what did he say?
he's never faked anything in his life, and he wouldn't start here. And he wants an immediate rematch. Peter
Mhm.
was better than he thought. Well,
Mm.
what anybody would say.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you expect him to say? I've noticed people talking online that I quit. I just wanted to confirm I did quit and I was acting, but I got the belt, baby.
That would be so amazing if he did, though.
Yeah.
He's like, guess what? I faked it, and guess what? Who's getting pay-per-view points in his next fight? This guy.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
So obviously he's never going to say that, but I would say that his bad acting is the reason that
What part do you
I'm
think was bad
suspicious.
acting? Where he sat up and then like fell like he was
Yeah,
gonna.
everything. So how many times have we seen a guy get knocked out cold, get concussed, actually have a medical problem because they get hit so hard? There's so many times where they get knocked out, TKO'd, and they sit there for a moment, maybe uh, have a little bit of a problem, but a minute or so later, they're up, walking around, even knocked out cold. They're moving around fine. He falls over again. He's sitting down doing this, like looking around, acting weird. They stand him up, and he's literally standing with his arms out, like he's trying to keep his balance. He's wobbling back and forth. And it just looked like somebody that's like, I need people to know I'm really hurt. So even if he was really hurt, he tried to oversell it so to justify the situation. I've never seen anyone that's been knocked out clean act that jacked up when they're walking afterwards.
Yeah, it seems when somebody's rocked, they don't even have the presence of mind to put their hands out like they're trying to balance. They try to stand up normally
Yeah.
and lose their balance.
And if their legs aren't there, then you'll see them like, wow, it's a very uncoordinated thing, but he's fine, seemingly rocking back and forth and taking deep breaths like, oh,
Yeah, some
oh.
things are hard to fake. Like what it's like coming out of a concussion is might be a little hard to fake. Um, like I said at the start, though, I'm not going to say he was faking because I'm a guy on a couch, and but uh, yeah, it was suspect.
Yeah, it was. So anyway, I think
But
I think he was getting dominated, whether you say dominated or not. He was everything that he did from the start of the fight. He was coming up on the short end.
dude,
His
I
grappling was
don't
what?
I don't understand why you didn't bring up like first thing as a guy that loves doubles, how sloppy his shots were.
Sterling?
Yeah, how telegraphed, how
I didn't think
uh
they were that telegraphed. I thought Jan's ability to see them coming, like he was just, it
oh,
seemed like
I
two
thought he was
steps ahead the entire time. I
I
mean,
thought he was reaching for takedowns.
well, he was getting beaten up on the feet, and he was wasting his energy. He couldn't connect at all. Jan's defense was amazing,
Well,
and then every time he came in close, he's getting his legs swept. He's getting tossed. Uh, his takedowns getting reversed. He
he
did do
also
some
seemed
desperate
really
shots as it went, but I just thought Jan was better in every area.
I thought he just looked really sloppy. I mean, what did he with weird scrambles with him off balance? What did he give? He gave uh his
Like
back
he
up
gave
like
his
four
back a
times.
bunch of times, but a lot of those were he gets in close and he kept throwing that spinning elbow, but it seemed like he's not rotating all the way through. I don't know. I'm obviously not a spinning elbow uh, master, so I don't know. But he's spinning through and giving his back up every time instead of continuing the rotation. I don't really know. Or he's going too far and then he just ends up butting his shoulder into Jan and Jan just grabs him and then he would lose his
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah,
um, yeah.
it was disappointing.
So I think he was frustrated. I think he was losing. I think he was getting gassed. I think he was starting to break a bit, and he took the shot. And I'm sure he doesn't even admit to himself that he wasn't as hurt as he was, but like I think he saw what the way the fight was going, and he didn't really have anywhere to go, in my opinion, and he took the way out mm, that he took, and now he's the champion. So maybe he's the smart one because he was definitely
Money
going to lose that fight.
money wise, it's the smart move.
But I think the judges had it too. 2-1. They said, was that right? They had 2-1 on the
I
card.
don't remember.
Oh, so it must have been the 4th round then. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, because they couldn't have scored the round that it stopped yet.
Mm-hmm. Although he was losing that round as well, probably worse than the other rounds.
Definitely worse than the other rounds. Like I said, Peter was uh, definitely picking up steam as Aljamain was slowing down.
Yeah, I was kind of amazed by his defense, the way he was able to keep his hands up and just block everything, check every kick, immediately transition into grappling every time they're close. He's sweeping the leg. I was
Bummer is
really
I'm not a
impressed with
fan of
him.
his, so I was wanting him to lose.
Yeah, well, I
So
picked him to win. Oh, yeah. Weren't we supposed to have money on that fight, or was that the main event?
oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about it after the podcast, and then we didn't.
Well, we did put the 100 G's on it, so that was different, though. That was in a app.
Yeah, he'll be expecting a check.
Yeah. All right. So how about the
Before you move on, did you see Dillashaw criticizing Jan?
no.
That he referenced his knee to the equivalent of Dillashaw cheating. That now he's a cheater too, and then he got roasted by other fighters about sticking the needle in his butt.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know why he would open himself up to that.
yeah, it seems a little bit strange and it's not the equivalent. Like you're obviously nobody knows what he was thinking and he said that he was nice look.
Well, if the door gets opened one more time while I'm doing this, I'm gonna flip out.
Okay.
Here, I've got some headphones here.
It would have been fine. I actually didn't hear anything. You're the only one that caused a problem here. And now
Oh,
you're
really?
completely derailed. Yeah. It's like a
Okay.
slightly different lighting in the room when the door opened and it didn't matter.
Okay. I'll continue on.
I have no idea what I was saying.
We were talking about Dillashaw, and it's not the same.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Obviously, we can't know what Jan was thinking. He said he was focused on the hands, which makes sense, I suppose. Um, if you're in the middle of a fight at that level and you're focused on one thing, and like to me, it did look like he was anticipating him coming up, and then you throw the knee to then compare that to intentional cheating, compared to like doing any sort of performance enhancers behind the scene purposely, repeatedly for who knows how long.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
No, I didn't think so either. Thought it was a pretty stupid post.